Welcome back to Doggy for Life, the channel where we go beyond the wagging tails and cute tricks. Here, we explore the heart, soul, and silent wisdom of dogs, those loyal companions who seem to know us better than we know ourselves. Today, we're diving into a topic that both fascinates and unsettles many dog owners: how dogs seem to know, truly know, when someone isn't trustworthy. One that knows more than we can comprehend. A dog's sense of smell is more than just sharp, it's nearly supernatural. While humans have around 5 million scent receptors, dogs have over 300 million. That means they can detect odors at levels so faint, we wouldn't even know they exist. When a person is dishonest, anxious, fearful, or angry, their body changes chemically. Stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol are released, sometimes even before the person themselves realizes what they're feeling. To a dog, these hormones have a scent. Your dog isn't judging a book by its cover. They're reading the emotional ink between the pages. That stranger who walks in with a calm face, but a storm inside, your dog smells it. And they react, not with logic, but with certainty. Because their world is one of raw truth, unfiltered, honest, and deeply sensory. It's not magic. It's pure, biological instinct paired with protective love. 2. The eyes that see beneath the surface. While we rely on words to understand people, dogs have mastered the art of reading body language. They've had thousands of years of evolution to perfect this skill, watching human posture, movement, tone, and subtle shifts in behavior. A dog doesn't need someone to shout or raise their fists to know they're dangerous. Sometimes, it's in the clenched jaw, the forced smile, the stiff walk. It's in the energy a person carries. Your dog sees it all: the tension, the unease, the falseness. What we write off as someone just having a bad day, a dog may interpret as a potential threat. And they're often right. When your dog stops playing and watches a guest with frozen eyes and ears pointed forward, they're not just curious. They're scanning, assessing, asking, is this person safe for my pack? And if the answer is no, they'll let you know, even if you don't understand the message yet. 3. Wounds that echo through time. Dogs remember emotional pain in a way that runs deeper than most people realize. While they might not recall every walk in the park, they never forget the tone of voice that made them cower, the hand that struck them, the betrayal of trust. This is especially true for dogs who've experienced abuse or neglect. For them, sensing a bad person isn't just instinct, it's survival. When someone walks in who smells, moves, or speaks in a way that echoes an abuser from their past, a dog doesn't rationalize, they react. And that reaction might look like fear, aggression, or withdrawal. But beneath it is a story, one they can't tell with words. They're not being unpredictable. They're remembering. And sometimes, that memory is what saves them and you from another painful experience. They know what danger looks like because they've lived it, and they don't want to live it again. 4. The invisible bond between heartbeats. Dogs are emotional mirrors. They don't just read us, they feel us. Their ability to detect emotional shifts within their humans is so refined, it borders on the psychic. When you feel nervous around someone, even if you're smiling and pretending to be okay, your dog feels that tension ripple through your heartbeat, your scent, and your body heat. They absorb it and then respond. Not because they're afraid, but because they're loyal. If someone enters your life who brings anxiety, sadness, or stress into your soul, your dog knows. They may not understand the conversation, but they understand the cost. They'll sit closer, growl softly, position themselves between you and that person. They don't need a reason. Your discomfort is their signal, and their love is what guides them to act. Sometimes, your dog isn't just sensing someone else's energy, they're sensing yours, and they want to protect it. 5. The danger of unspoken aggression. Not all threats are loud. In fact, some of the most dangerous people are the ones who never raise their voice, never make a scene. They hide their intentions beneath fake smiles, polite words, and practice charm. But to a dog, the truth always leaks through. Dogs are uncomfortable around people who present a mask that doesn't match their energy. The rhythm of a person's walk, the stiffness in their hands, the micro-expressions on their face. These tiny details shout volumes to a dog. So, when your pet suddenly growls at someone who seems nice, don't dismiss it. They might be reacting to a tension you can't see. That calm, collected stranger might be suppressing anger or hiding something dark. Your dog doesn't need proof. They already feel the fracture. And in their world, pretense is the first sign of danger. 6. Protectors of the pack. Always watching. Dogs are natural guardians. Their instincts are built on protecting the group, whether that group is a wild pack or a human family. When someone enters your space, your dog isn't just checking them out. They're doing security, watching how they walk, how they talk to you, how they carry themselves in your home. Do they respect your space? Do they speak to you with care? Do they move like someone who means peace, or like someone trying to dominate? Dogs pick up on these subtle cues instantly. And if something's off, they'll shift their behavior. They may block doorways, keep their eyes locked, or refuse to relax. That's not coincidence. That's them doing their job. Loving you means watching over you. Even when you're unaware of the danger, they're on the front line, tail high, heart alert. 7. They feel the weight of your emotions. Have you ever noticed how your dog seems to know when you're sad? Now take that same emotional radar and apply it to your interactions with others. If someone repeatedly makes you feel small, anxious, or drained, your dog senses that weight. They know what joy looks like on your face. And they know when it disappears. If someone in your life constantly lowers your light, your dog will resist them. Sit between you. Growl under their breath. Bark when they approach. Not because they dislike people, but because they love you. And they know when someone is stealing your peace. They may not know the words, but they know the feeling. And they will always choose to defend your joy, your safety, your light. 8. They test people in subtle, silent ways. Dogs are never passive. When they meet someone new, they're not just being social, they're conducting a silent interview. A pause. A sniff. A slow approach. A step back. It's all part of their process. How the person responds to these small tests reveals everything. Do they respect the dog's space? Do they force touch? Do they talk too loudly or move too quickly? Every move is noted. And a dog doesn't forget. One bad encounter, one moment of force or disregard, and the dog makes their decision. They might never trust that person again. And the decision won't be based on what was said, but how it felt. Dogs don't trust quickly. And once they don't, it's hard to change their mind. Because for them, trust isn't just about kindness. It's about consistency. 9. The power of gut instincts, pure and undiluted. Humans are constantly second-guessing. We wonder, rationalize, and explain things away. Dogs don't. Their instincts are sharp and immediate, born from generations of survival. If something feels wrong, they move, bark, hide, protect. They don't need second chances to danger. They listen to that first whisper, that first scent, that first flicker of unease. And that's where their brilliance lies. They're unclouded by politeness, guilt, or social rules. When they feel something is wrong, they believe it and act. If your dog senses danger in someone, believe them. Because while we may be distracted by smiles, gifts, or charm, your dog is watching the soul behind the eyes. 10. Their loyalty includes protecting your peace. Above all, what drives a dog's ability to recognize a bad person is love. Not suspicion. Not paranoia. Love. The kind of love that sleeps at your feet, waits by the door, and follows you room to room. They love you with such purity that they make your safety their mission. If someone enters your life who threatens that safety, emotionally, physically, spiritually, your dog will know. And they'll never stop trying to warn you. That low growl, that refusal to sit near them, that's sadness when you're around the wrong people. It's not random. It's love in action. Dogs don't just want you alive, they want you well. They want your light to shine. And when someone tries to dim it, your dog becomes your guardian. Not with words, but with presence, with instinct, with loyalty so deep, it defies explanation. So the next time your dog doesn't like someone, don't just tell them to be quiet. Ask yourself why. Because they might be trying to say something your heart needs to hear. Thank you for joining us on Doggy for Life. The bond between a human and their dog is sacred. And sometimes, your dog sees truths that you're not yet ready to face. But their silence is never empty. Their instincts are never random. They're speaking to you in every growl, every look, every step they take to protect you.